Goat Simulator 3. This masterpiece was just released, and my job in this video as a broke game dev that can afford it is to create my own version in 24 hours, and it will cost me completely nothing. Well, except my sanity. I know, it's actually stuck. At the end of 24 hours, my game dev buddy Aya will judge my version, and if it's trash, I will have to give away the real game to one of my subscribers. I watched the trailer, and yeah, creating something even close to this in 24 hours, it's going to be a challenge. To satisfy the judge, I need a plan. These parts where the body is completely simulated physics are called ragdolls. We need them, they're basically everywhere in the game. The opening cutscene of Goat Simulator 3 is really funny. It's a reference to Skyrim and the beams. I need to edit to soften up the judge a bit. Explosions. Yeah, it's pretty apparent why we need them. In the game, goats can use their tongue to drag stuff with them, and just to satisfy the judge, I will add a jetpack. I know we both like flying because in his game you can do this, and in mine you can build airships and explore floating islands. He will hopefully enjoy it and give it a better score. Well, there is a lot of work ahead of me, let's just go. I started with the basics, 3D scene, third-person camera and movement. Well, it's a nice start, but I spent a lot of time on it and I still don't have anything according to our plan. Let's work on that. I guess we can check this one. Unity has a built-in ragdoll setup where you assign the right bones and it's basically done. Let me just quickly explain how ragdolls work. Every limb has its own collider and physics simulation, and they are connected to the body using character joints. Well, this all takes time. I just have to move on. Okay, well, I didn't move on. This is just pure fun. Hope Aya sees this and raises the game score. Before I can move to cutscenes, I will have to update the graphics a bit. You know, this looks too bland and it's just a dev art. Let's just update them. For the map, I created two main areas for the player to explore, the castle and the town. Both of them have some nice details and physics simulated objects for you to destroy. Now let's focus on this path right here where the cutscene will go. Let's make it then. You basically can see the difference, right? This was done with timeline. It's basically like video editing with 3D, with different animations, movement and stuff. I never tried creating cutscenes before, but what I learned today I will for sure use in my indie game Airdrift. But you know, since I never worked with this, it took some time. Next up, explosions. Okay, well, this is bland. It's just some particles, no impact, and no, as we game devs call it, no game juice. This is the same thing with screen shake and some sound effects. I think it's a lot better, but you know, so far it's all just effects. Give me a few minutes. Good, I'm pretty satisfied. I also added ability for the player to throw the bombs and it's pure chaos. Next I move on to work on towers. I know this wasn't part of the plan, but these towers are really recognizable from the Goats in series. Okay, I think this looks decent and the time is really pushing it, so we just have to move on. Okay, well, how would I do this? First I need to detect if there is anything close to me that I can lick. I overlay a sphere that will return all the colliders near us. That's great, but how do we actually show the tank? Well, it's a budget version and the time is slowly ticking, help me. So I will just draw a pink line on the closest lickable objects on click and it will pretend that it's a tank, okay? Lastly, I will just trigger the ragdoll we made before and add a physics joint so we can drag the objects. It looks pretty good to me. Time. We don't have time. Jetpack. Well, this is the best we can do. It's just a cube with two engines. It looks awful, but it actually works pretty great and you can do some cool stuff with it. After the 24 hours, we are done. Let's just admire this masterpiece. Okay, I'm pretty nervous, but I can't delay it anymore. It's time for the judge to rate my game. Okay, well, let's call him. So, do you like it?
This is literally the worst game I've ever played.
Wait, what?